So here with Tip captain Ronan Maher. Ronan, we're nearing the end of the league now. Of course, the league final to look forward to. It's obviously gone very well for us so far, but your own kind of summation of the league campaign so far at the end of the group stage?
Yeah, I suppose proven to be a very challenging league campaign, but I suppose good for us. Got a good run of games throughout, and luckily, after a good campaign, we're in the league final, and it's something to really look forward to, and we can learn a lot more about ourselves. It's another day, another opportunity for us to learn more about ourselves and to improve as a team. But I suppose the consistency throughout the league for us was really the good thing and the most positive thing coming out of it. And it's a really good take on the league so far. But hopefully we can push on now. There's a bit of silverware there to be won, and hopefully we can get over the line.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that kind of consistency in the team at the minute. You know, kind of maybe last year, after the league, you're kind of wondering where lads are going to be playing, but there's been a lot of consistency. This, like, you know, yourself at centre back, nearly for most of the games you've had. Robert Doyle, Michael Breen, Owen Connolly right behind you, Craig and Willie midfield, Jake seems to be centre forward. All that kind of cohesion, does that kind of help on the field in terms of you kind of more used to knowing each other, or how has that kind of helped the team in general?
Yeah, listen, there's great clarity. I suppose it gives you good clarity when you're walking out into the field, and like you said, the spine of the team there has been consistent throughout the league, and I suppose it was something that really frustrated us last year. It started off in the league and kind of carried out into the championship, but the league is, like I said, there was good consistency this year, and like that, it gives you good clarity and when you're going out into the field, you know. But like that, on the other side, there's great competition there as well, like, you know. So there's lads showing their places there every day to go out. They've got their opportunities to play, and they've played well. So there's good competition in all positions, which is very good. But it definitely does give you a good confidence boost going out into the field. You know, you're comfortable playing with players alongside, and I think everybody's got good game time and good opportunities throughout the league. So that's a great positive to take from it as well. And like I said, like, the consistency was good there throughout the league. It's just about bringing it on now towards the championship.
And like, there seems to be a bit of a different vibe now. That might come with just winning games or whatever, but there seems to be a different vibe in the camp this year. Kind of a lot of positivity. Even talking to Liam, he's speaking about how much enjoyment there is in there at the minute and things like that. From your own perspective, has there been much kind of different? I know Liam might have been taking on a few more sessions and things this year, maybe compared to last year. But what's kind of different this year than maybe other years, the last couple of years?
I suppose, listen, lads are really enjoying it this year, but it comes back to the accountability of the players, and I suppose taking responsibility for everybody, taking responsibility for themselves, you know. And listen, training has been really tough throughout the pre-season and coming into the league, and we've really focused on just going out game by game and I suppose narrowed down our targets, I suppose, a small bit. And I think you can see that when we were going out into the field, that we were taking it game by game. And listen, I suppose, like I said, it comes back to that being accountable and putting on that blue and gold jersey. Like, there's a big responsibility in it, and last year was a really tough year for everybody involved, management and players, and I suppose it's just the players had to take real big ownership of that. And you know, we trained really hard, and I suppose we were being accountable to each other and as a group, and that's showing that so far anyway, that it's improved us an awful lot. But like I said, it's all about continuing to build as a team, bringing us together as a unit that bit more as well. And like you said at the start there, winning games is a big boost as well, so that can change the atmosphere really well. So that's the big positive to take out of the league, is that we've been winning games to put ourselves into a good position in the league final now. So like that, we'll go out the next day against Cork. It'll be a big challenge again, but we'll just look to improve as a team again, you know. And I'm sure there'll be lads that'll get a run out again, and it'll be a great experience for a lot of the younger lads as well, going out in the league final, you know. So listen, it's all preparation for championship, and we'll take it game by game like we have the whole time, and we'll do our best now in the league final.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the younger lads, and plus the fact that, you know, it's looking like this league final could be a sellout, which is going to be unreal for getting the young lads an experience of playing high tempo game in front of 50,000 people. But with those young lads coming through, like, you know, there's been an awful lot of talk about Dara and Sam O'Farrell and these lads, but how have they kind of integrated into the squad? Like, you as captain now, you would have come in maybe close to 10 years ago at this stage as a young kind of 18, 19-year-old yourself. I suppose you have a bit of a knowledge of what they're going through and coming onto the Tip panel, and I know Dara was kind of in around the panel last year as well, but they seem to have settled in quite well.
Really settled in, and not just the two boys, like there's 3 or 4 of the 20s there that have really settled in and really drove the whole squad on. Like, they're a breath of fresh air really, and I said it there a couple of weeks ago, they've settled in really well and they're driving everybody on. They're really mature for their age, you know, and really classy players as well. So listen, it's been a great, I suppose, learning for them throughout the league. The league final will be another learning curve for them as well. But like I said, all 5 or 6 of them there have been really, really good. Trained really, really hard. Really good heads on them as well. And like I said, they're mature. Like, you know, they've really settled in really well. It's just hoping now they bring the form they've had so far through to the championship, and going forward, like, it's a breath of fresh air for everybody else. They're really refreshing to have around. So yeah, really good, and hopefully they win tonight.
Yeah, as we're talking anyway. But like, looking ahead to that league final as well, I think it's probably one of the only medals I'd say you're missing is a league final. So there's that element as well. You mentioned it's all kind of preparation for championship, and you couldn't really ask for a better preparation in terms of a sold out stadium and better than 10 challenge matches, you know. So it's kind of something to really look forward to in these next 2 weeks now, building up to that league final.
Yeah, and it's a great position to be in. Like, league finals have proven to be very difficult to win in Tipperary. 2008 obviously being the last one, and being beaten a few as well. So it's a medal that we'd all love to have. So listen, there's silverware there on the line. So obviously we'll go out and prep ourselves really well for the next 2 weeks, and we'll train really hard. Down the line, I suppose championship is what we're looking at. But like I said at the very start there, this is great prep for championship. These games, like especially this year with the new setup, is great preparation for championship, and you're putting yourself in against all those tough teams. So listen, we'll knuckle down for the next 2 weeks, and like I said, for us, for everybody involved in this squad, it's our first league final together. So we'll attack it with everything we have. Like I said, it's great prep.
Has the league felt different this year? Do you know that it's a different format? Do you know, there's not as much kind of games where you're full on expected to go out and win the game. Like, it seems to be a much more competitive league, and you kind of haven't really been able to coast through games or anything like that, like, at all.
Yeah, all the top teams are in it, I suppose, and it gives you a really good idea of where you are as a setup. And you know, there's been great games throughout the league there, and but like I said, it comes back to us focusing on each game, and that's what we have to go out and do, and try and find that consistency which we struggled with last year. So that was the big take for us, but definitely way more competitive, and I think it'll stand to you in the long run as well.
Yeah. Just looking towards the Munster Championship now, you know, we've a league final in 2 weeks' time, but then the Munster Championship is a fairly tough start at home to Limerick, then away to Cork. Those kind of quick turnarounds, you know, it's kind of, those weeks must be kind of like a whirlwind. Play one tough game on a Sunday, straight into the next one. But you know, there's no easy games in Munster, but it's definitely on the difficult side in terms of starts.
100%, yeah, and everybody knows how difficult the Munster Championship is. But I suppose just looking back in the last few years, it's all, if you go through a tough game on a Sunday, it's about how quick you can reset and focus on the next game, because you know, it can really determine how your Munster Championship fares out as well. So you can't focus on a loss, or you can't focus on a draw or whatever, even if it's a win. You know, you have to reset quickly on the Monday or Tuesday and focus on the next game, because if you dwell too much on games, like, the whole Munster Championship is over in a flash, and you could be gone out of the championship, you know. So that's one of the big learnings to take from the last few years, is just to be able to reset very, very quickly for the next game.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to think back in terms of home Munster Championship games the last couple of years. We've had a difficult time. So, you know, in the league we got wins over the likes of Cork and Clare, and you know, the Munster team. So, you know, that's probably going to help in terms of getting back to winning ways at Semple Stadium in the Munster Championship. Yeah,
it definitely is. And like you said, there's been great games through the league there. So winning games gives you good belief going towards the Munster Championship. So you can't beat winning games. So listen, it's prepped us really well for a Munster Championship. That's going to be really difficult. And like you said, Limerick away in the first game is a massive challenge for us at home, but one that we look forward to.
Just like away from kind of hurling, I suppose, or playing on the field, you're making hurleys at the minute yourself. Like, you see all this stuff about ash and ash dieback, and it's something I've spoken to hurley makers before. How is that looking now at the minute in terms of sourcing ash? And I know it's very off topic from where we're talking, but just I was curious about that.
I suppose, it's obviously that little bit more difficult to get. It's the quality, I suppose, you're chasing really the whole time, is the quality timber. And you don't want to be paying out big money, I suppose, for ash that's not really going to sell down the line for you. So you don't want to be letting customers down there as well, paying big money for hurleys now as a result of prices for ash. So it's about getting good quality ash in. It's there all right, but like that, the quality stuff is hard to come by. So it's all about, I suppose, approaching the right people and trying to get the best you can in to have a good quality hurley going out with the other side, you know. But listen, it is a lot more difficult. Some people are important and stuff like that, but trying to stick to the Irish ash is what I'm trying to do at the minute. And I suppose the most difficult thing for me is trying to keep the hurleys poked out at the minute, because there's plenty of people looking for them, and obviously it's really only a hobby for me, and I enjoy doing it at home. So I kind of have I suppose, a kind of a laid back approach to it, and might frustrate some people at times looking for hurleys. But there's a busy schedule going on there between hurling, work, and everything, you know. So it's kind of a place where I like to go out to the shed and just relax and take it easy, and I suppose recharge the batteries out there. And but listen, it's a good hobby to have on the side as well.
Yeah, and are you making them like, I know there's probably other inter-county lads from around the place. You're probably making them for them as well. So are you going easy on them in matches and that? You don't want to break a hurley or that?
I can't say I go easy on anybody when I go out and put on the Tip jersey, but no, listen, I'm making for plenty of lads around, making for plenty of Tip lads as well. So I get plenty of stick off them as well, and they're not coming as quick as they want them. So luckily, I just let it all in over my head. But no, listen, there's great. Everybody's looking from there at the minute, which is good. So like I said at the start, it's just trying to keep as many hurleys poked out and made as possible. But you can't burn it at both ends.
Yeah.
So.
And just on that as well, like, I'd imagine the life in inter-county hurler is full on at the minute, and you're a full-time job and you're making hurleys and that on the side. Like, away from all that, when you have a bit of time on a evening or a Saturday afternoon, or what do you kind of get up to, just kind of away from hurling, just to kind of disconnect a bit?
I suppose, just chilling out at home, chilling out with the girlfriend, and going off, maybe go out for dinner or something like that. I suppose I used to play a good bit of golf to recharge the batteries and get away from hurling, but not playing as much anymore. But like I said there earlier on, like going out to the shed there is a good place for me, out there on my own, throwing the headphones, listening to a podcast. Work keeps me occupied as well. It's busy, so it's hard to switch off. But just for charging the batteries, maybe going away for a night, going out for nice food or something like that, you know. But I suppose it's really important for an inter-county player now just to let the hair down every so often, to recharge the batteries and switch off from hurling at time to time. But
because it is full on, I'd imagine.
Of course it is, and like you mentioned there a few minutes ago, like the league is in 2 weeks, league finals 2 weeks, you're going to be on championship then 2 weeks after that, so it all comes on you fairly quickly. So it's just about being in the right mental state and right physical state going into that, and being recharged and fresh. So it's important that lads look after each other, look after themselves on nights they're not training, and if that's going to the gym and doing a bit of mobility, going to ice baths and stuff like that, just everything to refresh the body and refresh the mind. Yeah, well, very best luck for the league final and the Munster Championship, and thanks for talking to us here today. Thanks very much.